The show is titled Floating World. So the main part of the show is this series of images, really related to environmentalism, climate change, and specifically sea level rise. So with this project, the first part I worked on was New York. I was living there and thinking about this, and so that was great to get that source material. But the main thing is that I wanted to portray these scenes of the future related to sea level rise, showing three cities that would be the most affected by this in the future. So we started with New York, then after that I did New Orleans. So I actually traveled to these places and got the photographs to create these images. So and then the last one I just finished recently was Miami. So these are three of the most heavily populated cities that would be the most affected by this in the future, and I wanted to portray that as to get people to start thinking about these issues. Each of my images is made up of about 50 or more photographs, really meticulously pieced together to try and make it look seamless. The water elements, the water line, I photographed in a fishbowl, like a fish tank kind of thing. And then I went to a bunch of different aquariums to try and get really interesting sea creatures and coral and stuff like that. To try and show this sort of juxtaposition between the underwater and above water, and what people might be facing in the future, I guess. What I go for is this, exactly hyper-real, illustrative look. So it all starts originally with my photographs, piecing things together, and then enhancing things and using like illustration techniques and stuff like that in Photoshop, just to give it that quality of color and lighting and shadow and everything, to try and give it a lot of depth. I don't know, I thought humans might distract from the message in it a little bit. That's kind of why I wanted to include these postcards, because these are these postcard images of the places, but with this sort of post-apocalyptic view, but in a fun way, I guess. So it's trying to create that juxtaposition of something that's beautiful, but also kind of disturbing once you think about it more deeply.